Hello and welcome to the first After Effects tutorial on my channel. Now today I'm going to be looking at an effect that I use a lot actually, and that is pixel sorting. Now pixel sorting looks a little bit like this, and the original image would look something like this. So definitely a very cool effect when animated. Let's take a look at the example I prepared. So that was my fake movie trailer for my documentary that I'm making all about clouds and pollution. It's called Murky. That's my channel name. Please like. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's look at how I made this. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new composition. I'll just call this tutorial. Okay, now I should link all these assets in the description of this video, so if you can find them there. They're just free stock footage that I downloaded. So this is what the original looks like. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make some adjustments with the color correction. Let's go black and white. And then I'm going to add some exposure. And then I'm going to crank this down. Give it a more dark feel. And then lastly, I'm going to make a black solid. I'm going to call it Vin for vignette. And I am going to make a circle. I'm going to place this relatively close to the center. Okay, and I'm just going to place this a little bit above. I'm going to place this a little bit above each side. Here, I'm going to do something like that. Okay, that looks good. So then we're going to invert this, and I am going to drop this down and add a feather. Now it's looking real spooky. Now I'm going to crank that up to right about there. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on lock so I don't accidentally grab it. And I'm just going to rename this to Sky. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we need to add our text. I'm using the Typograph Pro font, very good font. I'm also using the Move Anchor Point script to center that. Okay, then I'm going to scale this upwards, not too big, too small. I'm going to scale this down. Cool. And then I am going to add my music here. And then song. Now this is an Audio Jungle song, so I'm just going to remove the part where it says Audio Jungle because that's a little bit.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, so let's stop that right there. Cool. So at this point, we're going to want our pixel sorting to start. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add an adjustment layer. I'll call this pixel sorting. And you're going to want to download the pixel sorting plugin. I'll leave a link in the description. Okay, so now I'm just gonna keyframe this. Set this a little bit back, and then I'll go ahead and select over that, and I'll set the beginning point to 0. And then about here, I'll set this to, let's crank it up and see how far we should get this to go. Now I'm gonna drag the murky text under here just so that it can kind of merge with the background and it's gonna look really cool. So I think that's a good number right there. I'm going to crank this up as high as I can get it to go, just so I want it to start almost immediately. I think this needs to go back just slightly. Alright, and then right about here, I'm going to add a solid, and I'll call this fade. I'm going to use the transparency. It's going to start at 0, but then at 6 seconds, it's going to go to 100. I'm going to crank on easy ease, and then add a keyframe to that. So it's going to fade out, or fade in. Then here, I'm going to create a keyframe, and it's going to be set at 100. And it's going to kind of creep in to about here. Wait, no, 0. Okay, so then make sure, okay, I did all the keyframe right. So now we can just watch this and see if it looks good. Okay. Then I think I am going to cut this back here. So now we have this. Click that out a little bit more. And oh, before I forget, I should probably adjust the scale of this. So I'll just have a scale right there, a scale right there, and we can just crank that up. Okay. Let's watch this. Okay, so that is pretty much what I did. Now, ooh. Okay, there we go. Next. So, that's basically what I did. For the part where it said February 30th, you know, I just put in some text and I animated its transparency. But I'm not going to do that now because the way I keyframed it, we don't have enough time. But yeah, this is basically the final result. And let's watch it. Let's go ahead and watch it just one more time. So yeah, that looks really cool in my opinion. And this AE pixel sorter, this I believe costs around $40, but they can do some really nice effects. And I even believe it was used in a recent movie trailer. I forgot which movie trailer, but yeah, this I've been seeing this become a little bit more popular, especially in music videos and movie trailers, you could say. So yeah, it's a really cool effect to have. I recommend that you get it. I'll leave 2 places where you could buy it in the description. One slightly cheaper. I'm using the more expensive version, but there really isn't any difference. So I guess I'll see you in the next one.